Waking up at 4 a.m. may sound extreme in a world where most people are still in deep sleep, but it is a transformative habit that has changed the lives of thousands across the globe. If you begin waking up at 4 a.m. consistently, your life can undergo a massive transformation, physically, mentally, and emotionally. At first, the idea of getting out of bed while it's still dark outside might seem painful. You'll feel resistance, your body might fight back, and your mind will search for excuses. But once you push through those initial few days or weeks and start getting used to it, you'll begin noticing a series of powerful changes that ripple through every part of your life. The first major benefit is the unmatched peace and silence of the early morning hours. Unlike the rest of the day, 4 a.m. offers a world free from distractions, no calls, no notifications, no rush, and no background noise. Your mind is at its calmest, and that silence alone allows deep focus. Whether you're reading, meditating, planning your day, or working on a passion project, the quality of your attention at 4 a.m. is extremely high. Many successful people, athletes, artists, swear by the early wake-up routine, citing that their best creative ideas or business strategies often come during these golden hours of silence and stillness. When you rise at 4 a.m., you own your time. You take control of your morning before the world demands anything from you. Most people wake up reactively, jumping out of bed and rushing into tasks and responsibilities. But by waking up early, you start your day proactively, with intention, peace, and a plan. The second noticeable change is the sense of mental clarity and enhanced focus. Because your brain is well rested and not overloaded with external stimuli at 4 a.m., you are in a perfect state to absorb information, make decisions, and solve problems. Tasks that usually take hours can sometimes be finished in just 30 to 40 minutes with no one interrupting or distracting you. If you are a student, 4 a.m. can be your secret weapon to learning faster and retaining more. If you are an entrepreneur or working professional, these early hours can help you review your goals, brainstorm new ideas, or simply get ahead on the day's most important work. This kind of deep, focused work, also known as deep work, is rare in today's distracted world, but it is in the early morning that it becomes truly possible. Additionally, rising early allows you to develop a powerful morning routine. You have time for self-care practices like yoga, stretching, journaling, gratitude exercises, breathwork, or even cold showers. You can read a few pages of an inspiring book, listen to a podcast, or write down your intentions. Over time, this morning ritual becomes a sacred part of your life, something you look forward to. You are no longer snoozing your alarm and rushing out the door, you are composed, calm, and in control. You start your day with victory, and that sense of early accomplishment snowballs throughout the day. Your mind feels empowered knowing that while others are still sleeping, you are growing. You are improving, you are ahead. Physically, waking up early leads to better energy management and even improved health. You might expect to feel tired throughout the day, but the opposite often happens. When you wake up at 4 a.m. and follow a consistent sleep schedule, say sleeping at 9 and 9:30 p.m., you start syncing your body with its natural circadian rhythm. Over time, your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. You fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed. This optimized sleep leads to higher energy levels during the day. Plus, waking early gives you the time and motivation to prioritize exercise, which boosts both physical and mental health. Even a short 20-minute workout at sunrise can release endorphins, sharpen your thinking, and elevate your mood. When your day begins with movement, you feel strong, confident, and positive. You begin to notice changes in your body, better posture, more flexibility, more stamina, and even weight loss. Also, when you start your day on a healthy note, you're more likely to make better decisions throughout the day regarding food, screen time, and stress. You may start eating cleaner, staying more hydrated, and even avoiding unhealthy habits like late-night snacking, binge watching, or endless scrolling on your phone. Another profound benefit of waking at 4 a.m. is the development of discipline and self-control. Let's be honest, getting up that early requires willpower. You must train your mind to ignore the temptation to stay in bed, and that mental training extends into other areas of your life. If you can conquer the bed, you can conquer anything. That one small victory of rising early builds your confidence, and you begin to take on bigger challenges during the day with less fear. You delay gratification more easily. You say no to distractions more often. Over time, this discipline shapes your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who is strong, committed, and focused. You become someone who does what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. That identity shift is life-changing because it creates momentum and confidence. You begin showing up more fully in relationships, at work, in your personal goals, and even in the way you carry yourself. This identity of a person who rises early and wins the morning gives you an internal strength that few people ever develop. Emotionally and spiritually, 4 a.m. can be a gateway to deeper inner peace and self-awareness. Many people use this time for meditation, prayer, or journaling, and the benefits are immense. You become more aware of your thoughts, more in tune with your emotions, and more aligned with your purpose. You can ask yourself powerful questions like, what am I grateful for? What do I want from today? What kind of person do I want to be? What is my mission? Over time, this reflective practice helps you discover what truly matters to you. You become less reactive to stress and more centered. You stop living on autopilot and start living with purpose. Also, 4 a.m. can be a sacred time to connect with your inner voice or higher power, whatever you believe in. Whether you call it intuition, soul, spirit, or God, this early hour has a certain calmness and clarity that helps you listen to that quiet voice within you. Waking up at 4 a.m. also gives you the advantage of extra time, which is the most valuable resource we have. Imagine gaining 2 to 3 extra hours every single day. Over a week, that's 14 minus 21 hours. Over a year, that's over 1,000 extra hours to read, learn, work out, build a skill, create content, start a side business, study, or just reflect. This extra time, when used wisely, compounds into extraordinary success. Many people complain they don't have time, but the truth is, time is always there. The question is whether we are willing to get uncomfortable to access it. Waking up early is a powerful way to reclaim your time and invest it in what truly matters to you. You become more intentional with how you spend your day. You prioritize your goals. You stop wasting time. You live deliberately. Also, when you rise early and see the sunrise every morning, you begin to feel more connected to nature and the rhythms of life. You notice things, birds chirping, the air getting warmer, the sky changing colors. These small experiences enrich your life and ground you in the present moment. Socially, waking at 4 a.m. may seem isolating at first because most people are still asleep. But that solitude can be powerful. It gives you time to understand yourself better. You can use the early morning to plan your social interactions more meaningfully, perhaps writing thoughtful messages to loved ones, organizing your schedule to include quality time, or even developing new habits of kindness and communication. Over time, the clarity and calm you gain from early rising improve your relationships, too. You become more patient, more present, and less reactive. Because you're starting your day calmly, you're less likely to carry stress into your interactions. You show up as your best self. People notice the change in your mood, energy, and mindset. You become someone who inspires others. Friends may ask how you manage to be so productive, so positive, so balanced. And your answer will be simple: I wake up early. Of course, like any powerful habit, waking up at 4 a.m. comes with challenges. It requires discipline to sleep early. It demands boundaries, turning off your phone, saying no to late night plans, building a sleep-friendly environment. It may take a week or two to adjust your body clock. You might feel sleepy during the day initially, But once your rhythm stabilizes, the benefits will outweigh the struggles. It's also important to use the time wisely. Waking up early only helps if you are using those extra hours for personal growth, not just scrolling your phone or watching TV. Your purpose must be clear. Why are you waking up early? What are you working towards? What do you want to build, create, or experience with that time? When your why is strong, your discipline becomes easier.